Today is Monday, December 18, 2023. I'm Pastor Michael, and this is Wilderness Wanderings. Our text is from Luke 1. And Mary said, My soul glorifies the Lord, and my spirit rejoices in God my Savior. For he has been mindful of the humble state of his servant. From now on, all generations will call me blessed. For the Mighty One has done great things for me. Holy is his name. His mercy extends to those who fear him, from generation to generation. Luke 1, 46-50. Later, Jesus would say, Where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I am with them. Maybe this little gathering of aged Elizabeth, silent Zechariah, and young Mary was the seed of that declaration. How often did Jesus ask Mary to tell him about those angel visitations that heralded his coming? How did the telling of the story shift and grow as Mary pondered these things in her heart, responding to the questions her young son must have asked? But now, as she sat at Elizabeth's table, drinking tea and eating hot bread, the realization erupted in song, God is here, God is at work. She was not crazy. God is doing what God does. Zechariah, Elizabeth, and Mary, if ever there were 2 or 3 gathered in his name, it was these 3, pondering together the wondrous mystery God had involved them in. And so Mary sings. God was mindful of her humble state, aware of her and her low place in society. She could have been just one more nameless, faceless peasant girl from an unnoticed little village. But God noticed her, called her by name, and gave her the most unique place in the history of all mothers. What can she do but sing? She invites us all to take God at his word and be amazed at his involvement with the details of our lives. God owes us nothing, but we who have trusted Christ owe him everything. As a child leaped in Elizabeth's womb, so should our hearts leap in us as we consider the many blessings we receive. God does what he says, and he has promised us much. Mary invites us to expect a reversal of fortune and a deliverance. Whatever our lot in this sinful and fallen world, those who fear God can expect vindication. For all those who are marginalized by the world, for all those who are left to fend for themselves, without any security for tomorrow, to these Mary sings and says, There is hope. Look what God has done for me, a poor, unknown young girl from an unknown town, from a forgotten family of King David. God has visited me. And this is how God works. And Jesus showed this over and over. Just ask the widow of Nain, whose son he raised from the dead. Just ask Mary the prostitute. Just ask the lepers. Just ask the blind and the deaf. Just ask. To all like these, Mary says, Don't give up hope. Put your trust in God. Put your trust in Jesus. His promise is that he will lift the humble and pull down the arrogant and the proud. As these 3, Zechariah not having much to say, talked, Mary recognized that through the son growing in her womb, God would bring peace to the world. This peace would only come when the arrogant were removed from their thrones. Mary's song is one of hope, of faith. This is what God is doing through Jesus. In church language, it's called the Magnificat. Find some versions and listen again and again. Let the words fill you with hope and inspire your faith. The good news of Christmas is that during a great darkness there came a light, and the darkness was not able to overcome the light. It was not just a temporary flicker. It was and is an eternal flame. Though you walk in darkness, may you see the great light. Though you live in a land of deep shadows, may you see light, sunbursts of light. May God increase your life, expand your joy. May you be glad in his presence. May God give you the joy of a great celebration, sharing rich gifts and warm greetings.